live. I never know. It says you are live, so I assume we are live. Hello, everybody. Can you believe it? I am with Steve, Eric, Chris, Tom, and Lisa right now. We are so excited. Why? Because here we go. Everybody, we should all say hi at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
And I see a lot of people that we know. Marsha, salut! Thank you so much for joining us. Stephanie, woohoo! I mean, that's a lot of you guys are in the chat. Chuck as well. Hi, Chuck. So nice to see you. I see Tim. Tim, how are you? Great photos. I've seen some good photos coming out of your Instagram account lately. Really enjoyed. Diane, so nice to see you from Connecticut, not very far from us. Mandy is here from southern Maine. The New England states are being well represented. But let's not forget, we also have Eric from Pennsylvania. Hi, Eric, how are you? I think you're not very far from Chris.
And Pam's in Omaha.
Oh, yes. And we have Nevada as well. Susan, nice to see you. California, Sharon, hey, how are you? And who am I missing? Oh, Dirk? Hi, no, it's John Leclerc. He has a special name. I didn't know that. From Massachusetts. Welcome. Marlene, hey, from Texas. How are you, Marlene? So nice. Oh,
I think
we know also Jen.
Yeah, I think Marsha's in Florida. So.
She's in Florida? We have all the states being represented. Jennifer is across the mountain from me. She's on the other side of the kank. The colors are starting to pop. So Jennifer, we need to go out and take some photos. Who else do we have on this stream? Yeah, keep on. We have Pamela from Omaha. Yeah, we have everybody. This is quite impressive. New Jersey as well, Margaret. Thank you so much. Yeah, keep on putting, comments so we can say hello, hi to you guys. Jack and Ellen from New Jersey. We have Southern Texas. James that is here. We have Cindy. Hey, Cindy. So she's missing everybody. You know why she's missing everybody? It's because 2 weeks ago, we were with actually quite a lot of you who are on this stream. So thank you for joining us. We had our first OM System macro retreat, the 6 of us, with 42 other participants. And oh my God, I wish we could still be there. It was one of the most amazing experience I've ever had. I was doing refraction. Everything was going so well until group 6. All of a sudden, the refraction were not refracting anymore. We had a lot of issues. So, but that's what photography is all about. But I've been so impressed. Actually, I've seen some of your refraction. You did such an amazing job. So keep on tagging us. It was so fun. So the 6 of us, we had different groups, and all the groups were turning and going from one person to another and learning different techniques. So refraction for myself, doing focus stacking. And then after me, they went to Chris. Chris, what did you teach them? Did you teach them refraction?
Yeah, so my group was all about kind of the true macro, right? 1-to-1 macro or super close up. And we really worked on focusing from that really close range. And for some of the groups that were maybe just starting or new to macro, we really worked on moving your camera in and out, finding focus, getting stable, and getting the sharpest shots that anyone ever got. It was really cool to see some people that really struggled upon arriving at the retreat or maybe before the retreat with getting that perfect focus, and then seeing them in real time achieve and acquire perfect focus and get razor sharp shots, and then see how excited they got and say, oh, come look at this, oh my God, I can't believe this, I've never done this before, and seeing those breakthrough moments, and then kind of graduating from that into focus bracketing. And focus bracketing with the in-camera technology on our OM system cameras to get 3, 5, 10, 20, 50 shot bracketed series out in the wind and out in handheld, but with our flashes, with our cameras, and showing the students and practicing with the students on how to get bracketed series so you can make these really deep depth of field focus stacked images. And then they went to
Eric.
I don't know who was next.
I think they went to Tom.
They went to Tom in the forest. Yep. So Tom, why don't you bring us through what you did in the forest?
Hi guys, thanks a lot for coming. I had a fantastic time with our groups, and when we were out in the woods, we did what we call daylight live composite, and that is photographing, subjects and objects, and mostly mushrooms, because that's what we found a lot of, and using the technology in the OM system. It was fantastic to watch people and listen and answer their questions, because they had a lot of great questions. But more importantly, I had so much fun when I was light painting. People would gather around me, and then I hear a collective ooh, ah, it was so much fun, and we all laughed, and I'm surprised that we didn't scare all the bugs away. But we had a fun time. People enjoyed it. People that said, I don't want to get down on the ground. And then when they saw how I was light painting and saw how we could show the light coming through the fins on a mushroom, he decided he wanted to sit down and lie down and light paint. And that was a real special treat to see people's motivation and energy level just rise up a notch.
I was wondering what those were coming from the woods. Now I know.
That was definitely not the trolls, and it wasn't Joe.
we should say that Joe is Steve's dog.
Yeah, Joe's a beautiful boy.
High energy, beautiful boy.
Yes, he is.
And so what happened after they went to review, Tom?
They went to Steve.
Steve. I think it was Steve.
And if we are wrong, people in the chat, you correct us, because you know better.
Don't look it up.
They went to Steve next, yeah.
I think you're next, Steve.
So we actually took a step back from technology. We used handheld diffusers and reflectors, the reflector being a solar-powered light source. We just reflected the sun's light. And, we talked a lot about composition and storytelling and making the images that you really wanted to get instead of just the image that was there in front of you, being more creative with your depth of field or your shutter speed or things of that sort. And then we just kind of let loose in the meadow and went around to photograph the bugs, the flowers. It was really cool for me, very exciting for me. First of all, to see everybody on the property, to see the Little River photo being used, the farm being used for its intended purpose, which was to have people come here and make photography. And it was heartwarming for me. But besides that, in my group, I digressed, watching everybody and seeing the kind of compositions that they came up with, seeing them also kind of getting a little bit out of their comfort zone in terms of lying on the ground. I love that when people are on their back and crawling underneath things to get a different perspective and a different view. So it was great. It was just a good time making images, I was the instructor, but I just kind of felt like we just all were the same. We're all just out there having fun. People had questions. Sometimes I had questions. I just had a blast out there doing it all.
You're really putting us all at the same level. I like that, because people crawling, and I felt like you were describing the bugs as well. Which I've seen a lot of people crawling down. I think, Lisa, you win like the ribbon for crawling and finding all the insects.
Not for talking to them?
And for talking to them. Like that's not even a competition. There's no competition. You're on another level. And then so after
insects, they respond. So
that is very true. And then what happened after Steve? Where did they go? Did they go to you, Lisa? No,
Yes,
they
went
went.
from one side of the meadow over to another area where we also had them crawling around and doing different types of things. And I agree with everybody's sentiments to be able to see the kind of the light bulbs, go on and be able to see people finally start to understand their 60 millimeters and even their 90 millimeter lenses. We also had some fun. So we found like some bunny rabbits, meaning little flowers that only had 2 petals left on them. We looked for pareidolia and story. So we found a flower that was reaching out to like a baby flower, the same way like a grandparent might reach out. So we were looking for things that were wonky and things that had story. We really had to be able to get an idea of what is macro and how close you needed to be. And some of the groups realized that, wait, and I said, get closer, get closer, get closer. And they were really surprised that, that ability to get, 3 inches away from your subject matter. So we had a lot of fun kind of understanding depth of field. I actually, the first 5 minutes, they were not allowed to use, their focusing. I mean, here we have these great cameras and lenses that focus well. In the first 5 minutes, they had to be the ones doing the focusing. And then quickly we ended up, using all the technologies, including in-camera focus stacking. So it was this idea of kind of looking for, story and impact and kind of thinking about your subjects and your backgrounds and what you wanted to say with it. And I had so many people that were, the people have said just the light bulbs, went on, and it was just wonderful to be able to see that.
And after that, I think they went to Eric. And actually, Eric, you have a question from Stephanie. Where are you now?
Oh, I'm in Montana. I'm actually in the Paradise Valley, just outside of Yellowstone, south of Livingston.
So you're
I
not
can see
at the beach anymore?
Immigrant Peak out my window here. No, unfortunately not. And, I got to say I was very lucky to have the beach spot out there. What I did on the workshop was I was off-site, which was a good break, I think, for everybody. I got to spend my days out at the beach. And when you go to Maine, I think everybody should spend some time at the beach because the coastline there is so beautiful. And it was a great place for us to explore macro. In fact, my theme out on the beach was working with, seeing the unseen, kind of the bigger overall theme from OM Systems, and going into with the idea that if you spend a day at the beach and you look for things that nobody else would see on a normal beach vacation and explore that, from periwinkles to the kelp and the other little seaweeds and things that washed up on the beach and other shells, we really had a lot of fun exploring, whether it was in the intertidal zone or maybe just out on the beach with the water coming in and washing over top of shells. We really had a good time. In fact, this is probably a good time for me to mention that, we're planning on this a little bit different next year because I had so much fun and everybody had so much fun out there. We're going to keep that in, but all the other ambassadors get to take part. So we're all going to be out there at one time and kind of working the beach and the intertidal area together and exploring that. So that's our goal for this next 2025 retreat, is to get everybody out there at the same time and sharing that energy. And I tell you what, sharing that energy, if I wasn't a leader in this particular workshop or this retreat, I want to be in because the energy was just so good. In fact, if for some reason I'm ever not in it, I'll probably be signing up too, just to be part of all that energy we had. What I'm going to do a little bit this year, it's going to be a little bit different, is I'm going to take it to freshwater. Since we've got Little River running right through the property there, I think I'm going to go back to my roots. When I was a kid, if there was a creek or a pond around, I was pretty much in it, as long as it wasn't frozen, of course. So we're going to go out, maybe explore some of the riparian area and looking for some of the invertebrates, some of the close-up subjects we find along the Little River right there on the property. So that's going to be my goal for 2025.
That sounds like fun. And you said it, so we're here because the big news is we're doing it again. And I know that some of you, yay! There should be firework and things coming, out of the background. I apologize. I still need to learn how to use this studio. But we know that some of you could not participate. We sold out for this first macro retreat in 2 weeks. So we also had a long waiting list. So we decided, well, we had so much fun. We want to do it again. So Sharon, if you did not make it, you can make it this year. And we actually have, I'm going to show on the screen, Lisa, I'm going to put use right here. We already have the website going. You already can register. I'm going to put it in the comment. That's the direct link to be able to register for our second macro and close-up photography retreat in Maine. So if you are interested, sign up right now. Do not wait, because we can't promise and we can't do it like every single weekend. So here you go. You have it. This is for next year, September 5th to the 8th in North Berwick. And you have all the description of what you'll be able to get during the workshop. We also have testimony from participants. Some of you are already in the chat, so feel free to, tell us what you enjoy the most, what you prefer. We also have testimony on the website as well coming up. But as I said, don't wait too much. If you are interested, definitely register now so you can see. And Lisa, do you want to talk about the price for this year?
Yes. So we are offering an early bird special like we did last year. So this is going to be something that if you register during the first 2 weeks, so the I think Wednesday the 30th, so maybe it's a little bit over 2 weeks, you do get a discounted price. For those that are coming back, we also have sent you a code where you can get additional discount on this. So if you actually go to our site, omsystemretreats.com, you will see the macro retreat there. If you go to register for it, you will see that it is on sale just until, again, September 30th. So there is a discount for that. And when you click that, it automatically will be there. It will disappear. So that discounted price is only going to be good for a few weeks. I think last time we pretty much sold out before the price went back up. And then again, if you have participated in this year's retreat a couple weeks ago, you have an additional code that was provided to you that you can use for an additional discount off of this as well. We did change it.
Oh, sorry, Lisa, you might have been about to say the same thing, but I just wanted to call attention to a couple of things that will be different for next year, for sure. Eric mentioned integrating the freshwater on the property of Steve's place at Little River, but also, Lisa, did you want to cover the included lunches and any other differences?
Yeah, so we are starting a little bit earlier on Friday. So we will have our first session on Friday. Last time we just kind of had just an informal get together and we didn't start till Saturday. This gives us the ability. Most people were very tired. I don't mean their body. I mean their brains were tired by Monday. So by starting the first session on Friday, it means that we will end up earlier on Monday. That also gives some people the ability, if they're driving home that day, not to drive home really late. And then the lunches for Saturday and Sunday are included in there. And right in the registration, there's a spot where you can click if you need some dietary things that are right in there. So that'll be included in there. The dinners are not included in the retreat price itself. We did all go to Mike's Clam Shack. It was a really good meal and wonderful to be able to sit with a bunch of people on Saturday night. And then Steve will also, like he did this year, arrange something for a group dinner. Again, the dinners are not included. The lunches are included in the retreat cost.
Yeah, because we really want to make it. I think what works in this retreat, at least for me, was that we were always with all the participants. So when you're done with the workshop, you can stay on the property, keep on practicing. Some of us were doing some little hands-on on Helicon, like Chris, or we talk about the TG7. We talk about, Lisa, you talk about the diffuser. So you're getting way more than what you're seeing right now. We also had some great prices. Like people were very generous to help us with this retreat, so we're excited to hopefully bring you even more door prices next year. We had AK diffusers that we gave away thanks to Zamir at AK. We had Hans gift cards thanks to Gary at Photo and Videos. We had prints from Pro Prints, so participants will be able to print one of their favorite photo on a canvas. So all those were little things that we gave away. We also gave away some Zoom lesson with some of us. So there's a lot, to this price that you'll be able to get. I think I think it's a good thing. And Cindy says, I loved when you spill. Yes, there was a wheel involved. There was some spinning involved. There were, I think, a lot of happy people winning things. I'm from France, so I love free things. America is a country where you walk around at the supermarket, they give you free food. I love that. So I think if you go to a retreat, you should get some free stuff as well. That's part of it. And that's a good point. Tim is mentioning that we did have some additional equipment for loaners. And yes, we did have the 150 to 400 that we actually have had more than one. And participants were able to try it during lunch. That was cool.
I think also, speaking of loaners, we had cameras, lenses, and flashes. So, if you don't own one yet and you just want to test it out, this is a great opportunity to check out some new equipment that you may not own, that maybe you're interested in buying. One of the things that we experienced as a group is there's a lot of fun in a group, and you are more likely to experiment and push your camera and yourself a little further than you would normally when you're by yourself. When you're by yourself and you get into a little rough spot, sometimes we don't know how to get out of it. But when you're with people, everybody helps each other, and you're all talking and working things out. So I think this is something that a lot of people experience a lot of positive energy, and kind of pushing and pulling each other along. And maybe we can talk later, Lisa, you can talk about the night shoot too.
I think also it is a chance for you to live, breathe, everything we did for those 4 days was involving photography, and not just all genres of photography, but this idea of what is close up, what is macro. A lot of times we don't get afford ourselves that excuse to be able to do this. If you don't have the kind of your significant other, your family in your life that might be kind of, oh, one more picture, like, when are they going to be done? There was none of that. Everybody was definitely really into it, and that helps breed its own enthusiasm as well. So
and we have one question from Stephanie.
So there are no refunds. We rate when you sign up, just like last year, it states that there are no refunds. We did have a waiting list last year, and if we were able to pull somebody off the waiting list, then there was something provided to you. But if you're worried because of your own individual circumstances, I know Steve was going to try to put a little link down to something that you can purchase insurance on this workshop like you would any other workshop and travel, so that you can kind of have that as a backup in there. So we cannot guarantee that there will be somebody on the waiting list willing to take your spot, but we can provide that if that is something that's available. But if your lifestyle in sort of family circumstances, health circumstances makes you a little worried, there is always insurance, and I'm sure that we can get that posted up here in the next couple of days as well. Because I know normally you have just a few days after you purchase your retreat to get that additional insurance.
Yeah, there's quite a few places where you can get travel insurance. The company that I typically used has always been Travel Guard, and you can look them up. But as Lisa said, we'll put a link on there for you as well. But there's a host of other. You can just Google travel insurance, and you can get all kinds of different packages, from simply medical in case something happened to you and you had to get flown home or something in an emergency, to full on to cover everything about the retreat.
And so if someone has already signed up, we love to do shout outs. So if you already signed up for the retreat, let us know so we can do a little shout out to you. We should do a shout out to all the people who also signed up for the retreat, but most of you are already in the chat. So shout out to all the people in the chat for joining us. We really enjoy, and we actually are going to see all of you tonight because we're doing a review. So that's also a bonus that you're getting, is that we're not just taking photos and then letting you go. You coming back, and we offering a Zoom session after the retreat. We're giving you a couple of weeks to be able to process your images. I know some people were like, I can't remember, someone was saying that in the chat, I can't remember who it was. Did you process all your images? And yes, that's a lot of images that you'll come back to, but then you'll be able to send us some images for us to help you with your post-processing. So that's kind of like another bonus. We have Zoom at the beginning to prepare you. We have videos that we're giving you. I know that those were very helpful. And then we also have videos at the end, like a Zoom meeting with all of us. You're not going to get rid of all of us. We always going to be behind to help you out.
So to that matter, there is, for people that are on social media, on Facebook, there is a private group and it'll be a continuing group. So once you're a member of the group, you'll always be a member of that group. And in the group, there are 7 albums. So there's an album for kind of your favorite picture. There's an album that we have for behind the scenes. There's an album of you with the canvas that you're going to have printed. There's an album if you want some, constructive criticism. So that also provides you with an ongoing place of being able to share your images regarding macro and close-up photography.
So a lot of bonuses. And also, so there is also, if you have any questions on the retreat, feel free to put them in the chat. If you have not been to the retreat, we'll be able to answer. I'm sure some of the participants will also be able to answer you. And we also have like a double surprise, because today was all about announcing the second macro retreat, as some people were asking about it. But also we have a second surprise, is the OM System Summit for 2024. And Lisa, you are the person who is behind all this, and I have been organizing it. So I wanted to give you the stage and tell us a little bit more about that OM System Summit.
So last year, for the second anniversary of OM System, a bunch of us ambassadors did either in person, one day type of nature type get-togethers, or Zooms where we kind of had certain themes and certain presentations. So I know that we did 3 Zoom presentations and 2 live presentations. And so we decided that for the 3rd anniversary, let's make it a little bit more formal. We're here to definitely celebrate all the awesome computational technologies and sharp lenses and image stabilization and all of this that we have on here. So we actually have a bunch of us that are going to be doing, this is an online summit. It will be presentations that will be given by Frank Smith, Joe McDonald, our wonderful Emily's here, Chris who's here, myself, Matt Seuss, and then Tom's going to be kind of moderating and kind of checking all the question and answers and all of this as well. So we have travel photography, wildlife photography, the water droplet and all that goes on with focus stacking of that. Chris with his focus bracketing and one-to-one photography, some creative things that we can do like daylight, cloud stacking. So it can be kind of fun with that. And then Matt Seuss will kind of be wrapping us up with some things that we can do at night as well. So that'll be an online one. There's going to be an hour of each presentation and then about 15 minutes for either people to, take a break, or we'll answer all the questions related to that during that time period as well. And the registration for that is live as well. And then there is a spot on the homepage where you can kind of get informed of new things as we announce them. The 6 of us have great plans for other things that we would like to do. I think we have plans to be able to keep us busy for the next few years. So we will be announcing other types of things through this site as well.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. I wanted to thank everybody for joining us. We just wanted to make sure that we would announce this macro retreat live and give you time also to answer any questions. We'll be checking the chat. So if you have more questions about the macro retreat, you can post them in the chat. We'll make sure that any of us will be able to answer. And also you can actually sign up for our on our website. So send us a question also through the website, and you'll be able to know when more retreat or anything else might be coming up. And then, Chris, do you have one more little thing to say?
Yeah, I just want to thank you for giving me a chance to mention. I wanted to call out especially to those of you that are in the chat right now. I see a lot of familiar names and faces. that were at our retreat just 10 days ago or last week, that while this is going to be the second annual retreat that we just announced, and there will be a lot of similarities, there's also a lot of new things planned. And some of those things are kind of defined already. We already mentioned that Eric will be, sorry, my children are calling me and I keep declining the call as I'm talking to all of you.
I don't think you should.
I cannot make it quiet enough.
Always text them back, Chris.
So I just wanted to say that we mentioned that Eric will be at the river. There's going to be some shifts to the schedule. There's going to be lunch changes, but we're also looking for opportunities. We're reviewing feedback from the attendees this year. So there's kind of two reasons to attend next year if you have already attended. If you haven't attended, there's lots of good reasons to attend. But if you attended last year's or this past week's, we're going to be adding, I'm so sorry, it's happening right here in real time. This is live. We're going to be reviewing your feedback and we're going to be changing things. But if you were there last year, this is a great opportunity as a rehash, right? So I think that there was a lot of information in those 4 days. We had 6 sessions and people had their brains just filled with information. And even though it was a lot of time together, I don't think it was enough. I don't think it was enough for a lot of you, and there's benefit to doing it again. For those of you that did it already and feel like, no, I really did get it, is there going to be anything different? Yes, we're going to look for opportunities to adjust and evolve and improve each of our sessions, even if the sessions are more or less the same, for ways that if you're coming back, we're going to look for ways to bring even more to the session so you get even more out of them. So if you were there again, if you were there already, we really look forward to seeing you again. I think I speak for all of us when I say we enjoyed our time with you, and we'd love to see all of you back, or as many of you that can come back again. But there's definitely more. So we look forward to seeing you there.
Yeah, that's well said. And that's something that, we do every day. All of us, like we're always in the field taking photos, because that's really how you learn. And to all the participants who were with us, just keep at it, continue, photographing every day. And there's always a way to step up what you've learned. I feel like we try to cover from the beginners. There were some people who just got their cameras out of the box, and there were some others who were professional photographers. So there's a lot of range for us to help you and tailor that workshop, because we are in very small groups, 7 people. So that's a lot of time for us to spend with you. And also outside of those workshops, you are definitely going to get a lot out of it. And actually, Sharon was asking, do you accept PayPal? Do we
Correct.
accept PayPal?
We do. So when you actually go to sign up, after you enter things into your cart, you go up to this little shopping cart icon over here. When you click on that, it'll give you the checkout, and then you have PayPal. You can use a credit card within PayPal or all the other things that you would do within PayPal. So yes.
Yeah. So Eric, go ahead, Steve.
No, I was gonna. I saw Eric had mentioned that Melissa's coming back next year, and we should give another shout out to her for all of her help and great work that she did.
Huge help.
She'll be here next year as well as part of the team.
That's wonderful.
That's true. I think it was we set up a really good team. And Chris is saying, yeah, Melissa. I agree. I second.
And Joe.
And Joe. And Susan. So, and actually we have one more. Yeah, Jennifer is saying, bravo, Melissa. That's true. All the people who are working behind the scene, they deserve a big shout out. And also thank you to Steve for offering his property, because it's such a special place to be able to photograph. And I'm lucky that I don't live very far from Steve, so I can just drive and spend some time at Steve. And Pamela said it was fantastic. Yeah, that's true, and a great property. And we have one more question. I want to make sure that I answer all the questions. I assume, Stephanie, you were asking about the OM System Summit. Will it be Eastern time?
Yes, so it is Eastern time, and that's why we're starting a little bit later. We know that there are people from Australia and other places that want to be able to listen to this. It's hard to find a completely universal time, but this is all on Eastern time, so I'll make sure that the site reflects that accurately as well. So thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And then we have one more question. Is the group photo available? Yes, I will. We will post the group photo on our Macro Retreat Facebook page. And I know that a lot of us were taking photos of all. We had a 6 group going on, and I've seen a couple of competition. I've seen, group 3 is represented more than group 1. So it was really fun to see that everybody in their group really got along. Yes, we will post those on our Facebook page. We've been doing a lot of work to also prep for this second macro retreat. So, but we'll make sure that we'll take the time to post those photos. And if you don't see them, just continue telling us where is it. Don't hesitate to reach out to us. I have another question from Cynthia. Hey, how are you? How to sign up for the summit? Lisa, do you want to show them again?
Yeah. So if you go to omsystemretreats.com, on the OM Summit tab, it will talk about it. And then to register for the summit, for a retreat, for anything, you hit the register button, and then you just add it to your cart, and then you go to the cart and you check out from the cart itself.
That's going to be fun. It's coming up soon too. Go ahead, Lisa.
I was going to say, speaking of the group picture, one of the albums that we created within the Facebook group is behind the scenes. And some people have been posting some really great behind the scenes. It is kind of fun to be able to see all of those. And those could be taken with anything, right? So a lot of people took those. I was walking around sometimes taking pictures of people lying on the ground with my cell phone. So those will go up into that Facebook group as well. The summit will be recorded, but I think it's only going to be available, the recording, for like a 2-week period afterwards. So, Eric, I know you're going to be traveling quite a bit. I'm not exactly sure when you come back to the States. If I might be able to, we'll see what I'll message you separately and see when you're coming back, because I think it's just a 2-week period that the recordings will be available.
Excellent. And I think we just got our first sign up. I don't know if we can disclose the name of the participant, but thank you so much. You know who you are.
And if you signed up and you hear us talking and you want us to call out your name, say so in the chat.
Yes.
Yeah, he was here earlier, but I don't know if he's still on. But we're very excited that you're coming back. We can't wait to see you. And I know that we have to work on that refraction, because you were part of that group where we had some trouble this year. So challenge accepted. I will see you in a year, and I will try to regulate the temperature in the tent. I don't know how, but it will happen. Marsha is asking, hi Marsha, will the summit be recorded? So yes, Lisa, you said that it will be recorded. You'll be able to have access to it if you can't make it that specific day.
Yes.
So you have all the recordings there as well. So we understand that it's kind of hard. It's a whole day. So, and some of you might be happy to watch a few live and then watch the rest at another time. So we want to make sure that it's convenient for you to do so that will be recorded and accessible afterwards.
Could you, Emily, just put the link for signing up for the retreat in the chat one more time? Because I am getting a couple of emails asking where to be able to sign up for that. So.
Oh no, that is terrible. If people don't know how to sign up for it. Okay, so as I do that, did someone say that they were extremely good singers and they were going to sing something for us? Like Itsy Bitsy Spider?
I just got into the chat, Emily, so it should be there.
Oh, you had? Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to add it in the description of this video if I can do it. So that will also be right in the description of the video. So you'll be able to sign up for it. Chris, I don't see it yet on the stream, but that's maybe And I know also some people, hi, from Ethiopia. Thank you so much for joining us. And I know we also had the UK who was represented. I know that for some people it's kind of hard to be able to come and join us for those retreats. So that's why the summit is a great time for you if you live across the pond, if you live far away, to be able to join us. And then, we had a lot of participants who came to the retreat and then they stayed and then they visited all the beautiful part of Maine and New Hampshire. We're also working on additions, so doing some expansions where after the retreat we'll be able to take you and show you Maine and New Hampshire. So stay tuned for that. This will also happen. So that's it for now. And I think, I don't know why I can't see the link. If anybody wants to let me know if you see on YouTube Chris' link to sign up for the retreat, because it's not showing up on my side. I don't know why, but I'll post it just in case as well. I'll double post it. And then, I mean, I think if there are no more questions, then we're really thankful for all of you who tuned in today. We're really thankful for those of you who are returning participants who sign up. We're excited to see you again. Yes, I see some people say the link doesn't. Here it is. I'm posting it again. Here we go. So hopefully you should see it. Yeah, you can click on it. That's how you can sign up for the retreat. We're very excited to see new participants as well. It was such an amazing weekend. I know after that weekend, I had a hard time going back to real life and photographing with just me and bugs. It's been just so fun to meet, like-minded people who don't look like too crazy when they're going around the garden crawling and talking to bugs. If I do that here, people look at me a little bit funny. Although I do get invited to parties from time to time. So they must think that's the extra eccentric French person. Bring her in. But it's been fun. So I hope that we'll all get to crawl and look for bugs together. Send us email if you have any questions. Send us some messages. And from all of us again, really thank you to all of you for joining us. We're excited to put on more content for you so that you know how to use your camera and you're going to get the best pictures. So thank you so much. And I'm going to let all of you say a few words as a goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Take care. Good to see those. Well, to at least see you.
Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody.
Hope to see you in 2025, everyone.
Yeah.
See you soon. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.